home of brilliant children's books. Meow.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode, and today I'm going to be reviewing The $1 Horse. Now this is a different story and there's 3 series in this, and if the camera goes up and down, my dad's balancing on the stairs so he might fall down. Okay, so let's see what the blurb says. Oh wait, hang on. The author is Lauren St. John, sorry. Okay. 15-year-old Cassie Blue lives in East London's Grimmest Tower block and volunteers at a local riding school, but her dream is to win the world's greatest 3-day event, the Badminton Horse Trials. When she rescues a starving, half-wild horse, she's convinced that the impossible can be made possible, but she has reckoned without the consequences of her father's criminal record or the distraction of a boy with melty dark eyes, with whom she refuses to fall in love. Cassie learns the hard way that no matter how high you jump or how fast you gallop, you can never outrun the past. Okay, so this is about a 15-year-old girl who rescues a horse. Now, the horse's name is called Storm. She names him after quite a bit in the story. So, she rescues a horse from this sort of, it's where like people send horses when they're not useful to be slaughtered, and it's not very nice. And she basically rescued Storm from that. So, Cassie Blue is a very enthusiastic girl, and she wasn't sure where this was going to go because she didn't have anywhere for the horse to stay, or like anywhere for it to even go, or how to even pay for the horse. I'm also going to introduce you to the characters. So her father, as I said in the blurb, he's like a criminal. Like he's basically tries to steal stuff and all that criminal stuff, and he's basically involved with people who are not very nice and tried to get him to do evil stuff. So this book is quite a very interesting book, I would say, and there's also other characters in the book. When I said about a boy and love, like Cassie refused to love, his name is Peter. It also says at the start that there's this lady who runs Hopeless Lane. So this lady runs Hopeless Lane, and Cassie is basically involved in all that. I think it's like some kind of horse school. So she basically goes to horse school, but this is before she rescued Storm. So her and her dad rescued Storm. It wasn't just her, because her dad actually paid for the horse, and the men were very horrible, and they told the story about why he's here, and they paid for the horse so the horse could come to them and they could look after it. Now, as you would probably think, Storm was not in good condition. He was like starving. He probably had been whipped. He just hadn't been treated very nicely, so it was probably very hard for him to recover from all that. But you'll have to read the book and find out if he did recover or if he didn't recover. So I want to mention that Cassie has a really good best friend, and you'd probably guess it would be just a young girl who's also 15, but no, it's not a young girl. It's actually a 60-year-old woman. she was never really friends with her school friends because, well, she didn't really fit in. So she had Miss Smith as her best friend, and Miss Smith is a very lovely and kind lady who cares for Cassie, and it says in the book that they have a tea together at certain times. So I think I might have introduced like most of the characters, but I don't know if I should reveal any more of the characters because I think it's better off you find out. So the horse, this book is basically called $1 horses because they paid for Storm for $1, which is very, very cheap for a horse. I mean, a horse would probably be like more than $1, like about 1,000 or all that. I also want to mention about the badminton trials. They were like, Cassie had always dreamt of going to the badminton trials. She would even like pretend she was there, like make it look like she was in the badminton trials, because she's always dreamt of going there and competing. So the badminton trials is basically a dressage where riders and horses go to compete and get high scores. And the badminton trials is probably the final dressage. A dressage is, sorry, I said dressage. A dressage is where horses and riders, they ride the horses and they jump over like these poles you've probably seen, and basically they race to get there in time, and they have to jump over lots of obstacle courses and get there like at the right speed because, well, you would be like, maybe you might be on the high scoreboard, which means you've probably got there without, I don't know, knocking things over, but you've been like really fast on your horse. So that's basically the badminton trials. There were lots of highs and lows in the stories and ups and downs, like when something sudden happens and then when, I don't know, maybe something surprises you. So I think this book will probably really get you hooked to it. So Cassie, she absolutely loves her horse, and the horse is called Storm Warning. It's like his sort of surname or like nickname or something like that, Storm Warning. And she loves him more than anyone else, like apart from her dad. But I haven't actually mentioned about her mother. Now, Cassie only lives with her dad because it says on the in the book that her mother dies from appendix. Now, I had my appendix out, but mine wasn't really urgent, so I'm fine. So yeah, her mother died of appendix, and well, she also left a brooch for Cassie to have, which was like a sort of like a rose flower thing that Cassie like wears. But if you like horses, I would recommend this book because it was really good. It had a lot of really cool horses in there, especially Storm Warning. And silly me, I forgot to mention one of the main characters, and her name's Anna Sparks. And she's quite popular. She in the horse dressage. She's very popular, and her father's very rich, and she's got a horse called Rough Diamond, but he goes more like, I don't know, he's a really good horse, so he goes up levels, and she just takes different horses, it says on the book. So Anna, she's not very nice. She is quite full of herself, should I say, quite selfish, and she doesn't really care about her horse she just rides it just so she can win and stuff. But Cassie Blue is the opposite, because she absolutely adores her horse. So I really hope you do enjoy the book. So I would probably give this story 5 stars. I really did enjoy it. It was a really good story. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click the bell, and you'll never miss another episode. Thank you for listening. Bye.